Hey guys, it's man Train 11943. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the Santa Fe Dash-8 40BW from Lionel. Alright, so like all the recent product reviews, the history for this engine is in the video description, so we can spend a little more time looking at the model and running it instead of me talking about the history. So this engine was released by Lionel in 2008, and it's really nice. It comes with the legacy command system, the Odyssey speed control, legacy rail sounds, and it's all in all a really nice model. It's a typical Lionel diesel, and basically by that I mean if you own other Lionel diesels, you can expect the same performance and quality from this engine than you would with anything else like the ES44s or SD70s or whatnot. So let's go ahead and look at some detail on this engine, then we'll fire it up and listen to the sounds. Alright, so starting down on the pilot, we have a snowplow piece, and this comes on the engine when you take it out of the box. Although if you want to remove it, there are two screws under here. You can see one, then the other one's back there. If you want to remove it, you can take those screws off. But personally, I'd like it on. And then we have some MU cables here, and these are separately applied pieces. And then we have an operating coupler that can be thrown from the Lionel remote. Moving up on the nose, we have operating ditch lights right here. We have a walkway with safety tread on it. We have a handrail stanchion assembly with a safety chain right there. We have steps that lead up to this section of the engine. Now these do not have safety tread and they are not see-through, but I personally don't care. And then we have the Santa Fe logo and then a operating headlight. Finally, up on top of the cab here, we have some separately applied grab irons, a sand cap. On the cab windows, we have windshield wipers, and then we have lighted number boards right here. Alright, from this angle you can get a little bit better look at the steps. They look pretty nice. And then here's a look at the trucks. As you guys can see, the trucks are very nicely done and look really nice. In the middle we have the fuel tank. We have a separately applied brass bell, and then we have some air tanks. And when I turn the engine around in just a minute, you'll be able to see a little bit better detail, because on the other side there's some piping, and you'll be able to see that when I turn the engine around in just a minute. Moving down some more, we have another truck and the pilot right here. Swinging around the other side so you can see the pilot detail, we have MU hoses and then an operating coupler. Coming along the side of the engine, we have these handrail stanchion sets, and these go all the way down the side of the engine. We have these screens right up here. Now these aren't see-through, but they should look really good. And then we have the red painted deck with the safety tread on it. Moving back some more, we have a handrail assembly with the safety chain. In the middle here, we have lighted number boards, some grab irons, and then in the middle here we have a backup light. Alright, so now I'll take a look at the top of the engine. On top of the cab here, there's not really much to see. We got a grab iron and then a little piece right here. Moving right behind the cab, we have this section here, this panel, and it has these legible placards on it. Moving down some more, we have this panel here which has some lift rings on it. Then we have this panel with the horn, and this section here can be removed, and it's held on by 3 magnets. And in here you have the controls for the engine, you have the battery compartment, and then you can also see one of the boards that runs the engine. And I will tell you that due to the placement really of these magnets and also this housing for the switches, these switches are very tricky to throw. So like when you program the thing, what I would recommend doing is programming it and then leaving it alone. Or if you need to shut the smoke unit on and off, that one's a little bit easier to access. But the run program and the Odyssey switches, those are really tricky, especially the run program switch. So like what I would do is when you program the thing, I would try to throw the switch. If you can't, I would use like a small screwdriver or something small that can get in there and throw that switch. It's really due to the placement of these magnets that it's tricky sometimes to get to those switches, so just keep that in mind. Moving past the switches, we have the smoke stack, and of course this does have an operating smoke unit inside it. And then back here we have the radiator section with the screens. Now, just like the other screens on the side of the engine, they're not see-through, but they sure look really good. Quickly jumping around to the other side of the engine, you can see that the handrail configuration is a little bit different in addition to the screen work. But also you can see the piping on the tank right there. So that's really cool. And it just looks super neat. So now I'll go ahead and run the engine. Alright, that's going to do it for the review part of this video. So now we'll go ahead and fire this engine up and give it a listen. Alright, so now we're ready to get this engine powered up and running. And I'll give you guys the sound effects for the model. But real quick, I'll give you guys my favorite feature. My favorite feature on this engine is the horn. It sounds really cool. It almost sounds like a car horn. So you'll hear it in just a second. So using my legacy remote, we'll go ahead and turn this engine on.
SF 562, do you copy?
I copy that. 562 here.
Start her up and stand by for track orders.
I copy that. Out.
Alright, so now that the engine's powered up, we can listen to the sounds. So here's the horn. Really cool sound of horn. Here's the bell. Here's some of the RPM levels. That's all the way up, so we'll go back down. And last but not least, here's some of the Q talk.
This is 562. Am I cleared outbound? Over.
Negative 562, hold your position. Over.
I copy that. Standing by. 562 out.
562, hold your position. Over.
Copy that. My train is waiting. 562 out. This is 562. Am I cleared outbound? Over.
562, you are good to go. Over.
Roger. Cleared outbound. 562 out.
And here's one more.
562, you are good to go. Over.
I copy that. Cleared outbound. 562 out.
Alright, so that wraps up for the sounds, so now I'll go ahead and run the engine. Now behind the engine, I've got the Vision Line sound cars and a mix of MTH freight cars. So here we go.
Dispatcher, this is 562. We're on our way. Over.
Copy that, 562, out.
562 here, in position. Over.
Okay, 562. Sit tight. Out.
See you tomorrow. 562 out.
Alright guys, that wraps it up for this review. As you guys seen and heard, this engine is really nice. It sounds great, it looks amazing, and it's really nice. Now if you're interested in purchasing one of these engines, the retail price on it is right at $500, and I'll tell you, if you can find one, definitely pick one up. It's well worth the money. So that's going to wrap it up for this review guys. I'll see you.